Hi friends, I'm Stephanie Hansen. Let's go! I've been cooking, eating, and talking about it for years.
This is amazingly good.
Now I'm inviting you along for the ride. You seem like you're pretty adventurous about food. Meet the chefs, home cooks, restaurateurs, and bakers honing their crafts. Oh, look at that technique. And try new recipes with me in my kitchen. It's simple, it's easy, that looks amazing. There's always something delicious to share. This is Taste Buds. When you think about ice cream, do you think about the handcrafted ability that goes into it? Well, I do, because my friend Ashlee Olds makes the most delicious, creamiest, sweet science ice cream. And when I say she makes it, she literally makes the salted caramel swirl that goes into it. She makes the cookies that go into the cookies and cream and has the exact perfect cream to cookie ratio that goes inside that pint of cookies and cream. It is science, it is sweet science, and it is sweet science ice cream. We'll take you to the production facility and then we'll have a cone. We are at an undisclosed secret location in St. Paul with none other than Ashlee Olds, the ice cream lady, the sweet scientist herself. Everything she makes from scratch. So they are really intentional about all their ingredients. Can you just talk a little bit about your origination of why you started with ice cream?
I worked with a chocolatier who was so passionate about chocolate in a way that I had not been around before. And so when I left working with him, I said, okay, if I'm gonna do another food business, I've got to figure out what my chocolate is. It was ice cream, because I've loved it my whole life. We used to have monthly tastings where I would make all of the ice cream, invite everyone I know. We did that for several years with a bunch of breweries, and it just grew and grew that way.
I remember the first time I saw your ice cream in a co-op, and I went and I opened up and I was like, oh, it's here. All right, so we're gonna make cookies and cream today.
I think we should probably suit up with some hairnets so we can be FDA approved.
Hairnets, yes. I've never worn a hairnet except on my feet, like in a hospital. Okay, wow, we really do look like Lucy and Ethel. Can't wait to see this on television.
Right.
Woo woo! All right, here we go.
Are you ready for this?
I know how to make ice cream at home, but mine's like a no churn variety. How do you do it here in such quantity?
So here we've got, we'll be making 30 gallons of cookies and cream. That's about 6 batches. And cookies and cream always has this really nondescript sort of sweetness to it, like the base of it.
Yeah.
And it's always, you can't put your finger on it, but you know it. And so we, instead of using artificial stuff, we use a combination of white chocolate and then vanilla extract to kind of bring out those beautiful sweet flavors.
So you've got cream, you're going to make a custard with egg yolks.
So we'll temper the egg yolks, which means we'll add a little bit of hot cream to them that bring their temperature up slowly so we don't make scrambled eggs.
Yep.
And then that'll go back in here and we'll stir it for about 30 minutes until it comes up to temp to achieve, the richness and the thickness from the egg yolks. And then chill it down overnight. It's called aging in our business.
Okay.
It's sort of like if you make spaghetti or bolognese, it's kind of better the next day.
Like how I feel about my hair sometimes. I have to age it overnight and it gets better the second day. So this is our cookies and cream base. And you're gonna put it in here to make the actual ice cream?
Yeah, this is Boris. He does a lot of our churning.
Hi, Boris. We'll give you a little nice pat.
His girlfriend Bertha is across the kitchen.
I mean, this takes a lot of muscle. That's heavy. Oh, it's glugging.
So it'll take probably 5 to 10 minutes.
So we're pre-measuring. This is how we know when we buy the cookies and cream that each pint is gonna have a lot of cookie to cream ratio. I mean, imagine your mom's best chocolate cookie, and that's just one of the ingredients for this cookies and cream ice cream. When they say they make everything from scratch, it's by hand, craft. They are filling up the pints, they are making these cookies, they are crumbling them, they are freezing them, they are putting the ice cream into the batch maker. Bertha, I can't remember what the person's name was that is making the actual ice cream, but I know that it's still over there working. We are waiting for it.
I watched Boris never churns.
Oh, see?
Oh, here we go.
Look at the ice cream base getting mixed at the same time with the cookie crumble. Okay, so stirring.
Just want to make sure to get everybody happy in there. Great job.
You don't need to exercise. You just need to come and work at Sweet Science.
I'll whisk it away.
Okay.
Good job.
This is a lot of work.
This all happens very fast.
Okay, here we go.
We'll stir the phone
Yep.
for life.
Coming in for the stirring. Ready? Oh, stir, mix. All right, okay. Oh, look at that technique. I really got it down, friends. Okay,
Ready.
all right, did I pass inspection? Chef,
Looks great.
ice cream scientist. All right.
Ready to scoop?
Yes.
Okay.
I need to do it somewhat fast, and I need to shake. That's too much.
A little more.
Oh, a little more.
Too much.
Boy, no, that's not enough.
That's too much.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, that one is too full.
That one's not gonna close.
Oh, that one's not probably gonna close either, is it?
Nope.
Okay, I have to say, my ability to portion things out here leaves a little to be desired. This is perfect.
That looks great. Look at all those chunks. That's a great one. You've gotten
My
better.
hands are sore. My arm is sore. Ah! And I'm actually ready to give up this job for the day. Now imagine doing this like how many more times a day?
All day.
Yeah, all day, 8 hours a day. Making ice cream is like a lot of physical work. I'm just stunned.
Stephanie, you know, this one was just a little too full. So that's my gift to you.
Thank you, Ashley. I've been informed. See how I didn't do such a great job on this one? Really, I should care more, but the rewards are pretty great. Oh, creamy, smooth, chocolatey. We have a depth of flavor from the salt in the chocolatey cookie, also the vanilla, and that hint of white chocolate that's in there that's giving us that cookie-loving feel. Heaven. Heaven, heaven. It's so great to have a friend that makes ice cream. Thanks for being my taste bud. All that work in the production facility goes into this cookies and cream cone. I mean, that is why it is so delicious. Now I'm gonna take everything I learned and go into my home kitchen, and I'm gonna make no churn ice cream because I don't have time to churn for 30 minutes, but I guarantee you it's gonna be equally as good. So we were at Ashlee Olds' Sweet Science Ice Cream Production Studio, and who knew that making craft-made ice cream was so challenging? So I'm gonna teach you how to make an ice cream pie with no churn, no churning for 30 minutes like they had to do at the ice cream shop. Let's start with dark chocolate flavored cream Oreos. I like the dark chocolate because it's gonna go so well with peanut butter. Now, you're gonna think this is weird, but we're using specifically 26 Oreos. Why are we using 26? Because it's gonna give us a thick enough crust. So let's get our, whoa! Hi, friends! Normally I wouldn't have had it on, but hey, it's doing its job. Okay, so we are just crushing the Oreos in my Cuisinart. You can use a blender. You could also use just a mallet, and that would work too, but I like the way that this makes them really fine. And we're not done yet, we're still crushing. I'm starting to pulse. I'm looking in there, they're getting pretty crushed up. At this point, I'm gonna add a half a cup of melted butter, which is 1 stick. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in the feed tube, and you'll watch those crumbs come together. All right, look at that. These look real delicious and like they're gonna be a great pie crust. And we are gonna grab our pie tin. For this type of work, I like to use just a disposable one because then I can put it in the freezer and leave it in there, or I can bring it to a friend's house. You know what else is a really handy tip? If you are like at a secondhand store, buying some bowls, buying some platters, buying some pie tins so that when you go to someone's house and bring food, you can just leave them. I wanna kinda get this going by pressing it down so that it's thick enough, and I wanna get a nice edge because I wanna hold the ice cream in there when I pour it in. I'm gonna take this cup and I'm just using it to push things down and give me a nice finish. So I'm just moving the glass along the side of the pie tin and pressing so that I can get a lip going on the edge. It's gonna hold up my ice cream. If there's these big mountains, kind of push them down a little bit. All right, I think that looks pretty great. It is time for the fudgy peanut butter no churn ice cream. I'm taking 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna start our mixer. I'm going to get this vanilla and sweet cream up to like soft peaks. That means when you pull the batter out, it has a little bit of a peak that forms. A little tip, you need a little salt. The salt balances out the sugar. So I just have kind of a little pinch here. I'm just gonna add that. You don't notice it, it doesn't taste salty. Okay, soft peaks are forming. I think that took about 2.5, maybe 3 minutes total. Ooh, see it's dripping? Not quite enough. I need it so that it doesn't drip and that those peaks hold. So a few more. Okay, here we go. We'll try this demonstration again. All right, see how it's all holding together. If I'm looking at the batter, there's peaks that are forming in there and they stay together. And I'm gonna add our sweetened condensed milk. And this is gonna make a very delicious base for our ice cream. All right, so folding, you're just kind of stirring, but you're trying not to deflate it by getting all the air out of it. I've got some dark chocolate Reese's Thins. You can use whatever you want. I'm gonna use peanut butter, so I wanted to go more for the chocolatey bits. I'm just gonna pound them out with my rolling pin. You ready? Don't do this around people that are sensitive to noises because it's very, very loud. Oh, look at that. These are gonna be perfect. I'm gonna leave a little bit just for a little dressing on the top, folding. Last but certainly not least, we're gonna add some peanut butter. I'm gonna use a knife and drop it in by teaspoonful. And then I'm gonna drag this knife through there and it's gonna kind of swirl it into the ice cream. So I'm not stirring because then I would have a hard time breaking up those clumps of peanut butter. By cutting, it's getting it all throughout the batter. All right, we are making the magic. Pouring it into our pie shell. Now it's a little bit thinner than I wanted, but that's okay. It'll still set up. And I'm gonna top it with a little bit more Reese's Pieces. And we're gonna put this in the freezer to let it set up. We're gonna let it set up overnight, about 12 hours. And voila, through the magic of TV, I already have a full pie already done. Try not to observe all of the freezer things around it. I'm a little bit of a freezer hoarder. All right, look how delicious this looks. Now, this one looks a little flatter because by the time we actually put the cream in, it had deflated a little bit. So make sure that you're whipping to those soft peaks because look how nice and high this one looks. Now, Hanson hot fudge. It's just basically sugar, unsweetened chocolate, a little bit of coffee, and more sugar. How about a little bit of peanuts, right? We're gonna just go ahead and clonk these again. This is kind of my favorite part of cooking, I must admit. There's a lot of ways to get out your natural aggression. I am going to a pool party, but I am going to taste it first. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's the money shot, there we go. We've got the Reese's dark chocolate pieces inside there. We've got the dark chocolate Oreo crust. I mean, what is not to like about that? Oh, it wasn't until I had that bite that I remembered. There's swirls of peanut butter too. Fudgy, chocolatey, peanut buttery goodness. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. You guys, be my taste bud. Take this home, look up this recipe, make this right now. You are going to thank me later. For more on everything you've seen today, visit fox9.com. See you next time, taste buds.